we get to our Western Conference game, if you want to get free plays sent to your cell phone every day, you can get them from Dave Cokin just by texting Cokin to 313131. And, Jim, they can get free plays every single day to their cell phone from you, just as easy.
That's right. They just text WINNER, WINNER, to 313131. We'll send you a free play right to your cell phone each and every day.
All right, our last series here, you got Portland playing against San Antonio. Portland's going to have home court for games 3 and 4 coming up starting in the weekend. Spurs are up 2-0. Both those games went over the total. And, Jim, it's really been San Antonio that's been doing all the scoring. They were 7 of 16 from three-point land in Game 1 and then 12 of 20 from long range in Game 2. Somebody's got to step up and play some perimeter defense for Portland. Are you available?
I wouldn't last 30 seconds on the floor with these guys.
You can't do any worse than these guys.
It's a totally different world. The Spurs, top to bottom, with the way they play 10 deep on this team. They got Popovich. They got a bunch of old timers on this team too. But the difference here is with this team is they're very deep. They can play 10 deep and still stay very competitive. Portland is very thin on the bench. I think they were very fortunate to beat Houston. That last second shot helped. They didn't play that strong against Houston at home. I really believe that if Houston had won the series, they would have given the Spurs a little bit tougher time than Portland is. They're completely shutting Portland down, and Portland can't match up with them. And it's just the guard play, big man play, the bench play, it's all favoring San Antonio. They are the best team in the NBA from top to bottom, coaching included. Anything can happen because the West does have some very good teams in it with the Clippers and the Thunder. But Portland's not going to beat this team in 7 games. They're not going to do it.
All right, Jeff, it has been a one-sided series so far, but there is one stat that does pop out, and that is the home team, when the Spurs and the Blazers meet, the home team is 20-9 against the spread. Is that Portland's best hope right now?
Yeah, just similar to the Nets, their best hope is to win or cover a game that serves would be Game 3, going home 0-2. That's usually a good spot, as I said. But right now they're just being overwhelmed. They seem like they shouldn't even be on the same court with this team, and there's no reason for that. I mean, they won 54 games in the regular season, but right now they're just being totally dominated. You've heard the story before the Game 2. The Blazers found a snake in the locker room. I thought maybe that would maybe lighten up things and maybe to take the pressure off them, but it didn't help at all. So they came out scared to death and they played like it. So right now the Spurs are shooting the lights out. The only thing that the Blazers can hope for right now is that the Spurs can do the law of averages, shoot in the low 40s for a change instead of 55% or whatever, and then the Blazers play better defense. But as in the other series, the best chance for the Blazers to win or recover in the series, I think, will be Game 3, and the rest of the way, I'll probably go with the Spurs, Jeff.
All right, I'm going to take a look at the total because the total went down significantly, 215 to 209. But I'm not going to agree with that. You got a Blazers team that's struggling on defense. They're on a 9-2 run over the total, 4-1 run over the total at home. And here you have two teams that are top 6 in the NBA in scoring all season long. Portland was number 4, San Antonio 6. And the Blazers' defense was 22nd all year long in points allowed, and that weak defense is certainly showing itself in this series. Meanwhile, you got a San Antonio team that shot 50% from the field in Game 1, 7 of 16 from long range, so they kill you with so many weapons. And really the same thing happened in Game 2. They shot 53.3%, 12 of 20 from long range. That's 60% from the field. So I see a higher scoring game here. Keep in mind the Spurs are 3-10 against the spread when they go to Portland. There's some hope for the Blazers. At the same time, the over is 8-3. The last 11 meetings between these teams, and I'm going to look for another game to be high scoring here. All right, let's go through some best bets and some of the ads that we have over the weekend. If you want to get on Mr. Vegas for the rest of May, you can get them for $15 just by calling 1-866-896-1627. And Jeff, you've been on a terrific run with these baseball best bets plays. And how can folks get aboard? 25-13 run with those baseball plays. How can folks get aboard a special for the rest of the month?
Well, the rest of the month in baseball, plus NBA playoffs, just $19. Just call WSS at 1-866-575-8916. The rest of the month, you're going to get all the 5-star plays in baseball, and plus all the 5-star plays NBA playoffs, $19. 1-866-575-8916.
All right, my best bet will be the Spurs Blazers Game 3 over on Saturday. Jim Feist, 4-0 baseball run last night, 13-7 run with these NBA totals, and you got a special for the rest of the NBA playoffs as well.
Absolutely. $25. You get the rest of the NBA playoffs for $25, including a $500 high roller going tonight. Just call 1-866-841-1655. 1-866-841-1655. I want to mention something about the other series, Indiana and Washington. If Roy Hibbert woke up the other day with 28 points, had quite a few, he was in assists and rebounds. If he plays like that, Washington doesn't have a It's simply they don't match up against him. But who knows if this guy is going to show up or not? I don't know. Maybe when we watch them tonight, we might learn a little bit about whether he can put back-to-back together. He seemed very happy. Obviously, he's had some kind of issues with the coaching staff and some of the moves they've made with Granger and then Bynum when they signed him. It seemed to upset this guy. Maybe he's very sensitive. But look out for Indiana. This was the number 1 seed all year long. They did get the number 1 seed. That is about the only team in the East that will give Miami any trouble whatsoever if he starts to play the way he's capable of. As far as Oklahoma City and the Clippers also playing tonight, these are 2 great basketball teams, and they match up fairly well with San Antonio, and one of these 2 is going to meet San Antonio in the finals for the West. I'm betting on that, and it's going to be very interesting. Keep your eyes open.
It certainly is. Games going morning, noon, and night. And there's money to be made in baseball, the NHL, and NBA playoffs. These guys are making it every night, so make sure you take advantage and win with these Vegas pros. Enjoy the weekend, everybody. We're going to see you next week with another edition of Pro Line.